The next letter is tau. This is in the Greek alphabet. And a capital tau looks just like a capital T in English. The lowercase tau is a little one of those. Don't make it like you would in English, a lowercase t, but rather like this. The tau is equivalent to an English T, and it has the same pronunciation, t, as in tick-tock. The next alphabet is upsilon. Upsilon. The capital upsilon looks like a capital English Y. The lowercase upsilon looks like an English U, except do not come back down on the right side like you would in English, because then what you've done is you've made a Greek mu. So you don't want to do away, but rather an open bowl shape. Now be very careful that there is some roundedness at the bottom of this letter. Compare this letter with the Greek nu. You'll see the Greek nu has a point at the bottom, whereas the upsilon will always be slightly rounded at the bottom. Now, an upsilon is equivalent to 3 different English letters. It can be translated with an English Y. It can also be translated with an English U, or it can be transliterated with an English V, depending upon the Greek word that we are trying to transliterate into English. Now let's go over the alphabet again, starting at the beginning. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. The next Greek letter is the letter phi. Capital phi looks just like this. Some of you may have learned to pronounce this phi, but not now. We're going to call it phi. A lowercase phi can be made either like this or like that. Either way. This is equivalent to an English PH or an English F and has the same pronunciation as in photo or phonology. The next letter in the Greek alphabet is the letter chi. And chi looks, the capital chi is like a large X, but now be careful, this is not an X in the Greek alphabet. This is a CH. Your X in the alphabet is the Xi. But this letter is equivalent to CH, not X, even though it looks like an X. The lowercase chi looks a lot like the uppercase, except it just falls below the line. This is equivalent, as I said, to an English CH, as in the word Christ. In Greek, the word Christ is spelled like this: chi, rho, iota, sigma, tau, omicron, sigma. And then I'm going to put a little accent mark right there, and I'll explain accents later. This is pronounced Christos, Christos. So this letter chi is the CH. The next letter in the alphabet is a psi, as though I were saying P-S-E-E, psi. The capital psi looks like this. And then the lowercase psi looks almost like a pitchfork, doesn't it? Can be made like that. Or sometimes you'll see it made like that. Either way. I actually prefer it this way, but either way is okay. Psi. The psi is equal to an English ps and has the same pronunciation ps, ps, as in the English word lips. Ps. And then the last letter in the alphabet, you already know, is the letter omega. Capital Omega looks like a horseshoe. And the lowercase omega looks like a baby's bottom. In fact, we'll call this the big baby omega. This is the strongest alphabet in the Greek alphabet, the strongest letter, rather, in the Greek alphabet, and it is equivalent to a long O. So that if you were writing English, you would write an O and put a bar over the top. And the pronunciation is O.